Beautiful people, best damn nation. Welcome to the show. Today is Wednesday, and you know what time it is. It's the best damn wrestling podcast. I'm your host, Brian Renegade, and with me, I have the best damn crew. I got Chef Showtime in the building. What's happening, Chef?
What's good? What's good?
All right. I got the Dawn of the best damn wrestling podcast. LP is in the building.
What's going on?
And I got Mr. Booster Asses himself. Mr. Everything. Victor Andrews.
Yo, what's up? Look. I got a headset today.
Oh,
Now
man.
you can hear me real quick.
He's getting all fancy on us.
I'm
Ain't
getting
nobody else
fancy,
got no
man.
earpiece. You ain't send out a memo or nothing.
What's going on, peoples?
Man. We are your best damn wrestling podcast. Thank you for joining us today. You could be anywhere in the world doing anything, but you ain't. You right here watching your boys. We appreciate you showing us love. And to everyone in Radio Land, on Pandora, on iHeartRadio, on Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music, welcome. And thank you for listening to your boys.
What did you just call
every Wednesday. Fellas, man, it has been a lot going on in the world of wrestling. We have some things to talk about, fellas. Don't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you know what time it is. It is my favorite segment that we do. Beautiful people, it's time for Hot Topics. Well, listen. This past Friday on SmackDown, we saw the reemergence of Bray Wyatt. The man gave a super emotional speech. I believe every single minute of it, even though I know it's a shoot. It's a little bit of a, you believe it, but you also know there's something coming on the back end of that. Bray Wyatt sounded like he was in tears. I almost choked up a little bit. Man, I had to put my big boy drawers on, and I was like, I'm not gonna cry. But he gave a super emotional speech. It really connected with the fans, and I think people are really excited to see the new characters and this new side of Bray Wyatt. It almost gave me Roman Reigns feels when he had to leave due to his illness. So, he talked about him losing two people during this time. He also talked about being fired and having no direction and really being depressed. And the fans brought him out of that, and they let them know. The fans let Bray Wyatt know that, your words really struck home with me. It saved my life. And I think that's something that made him want to get back into wrestling, because it's a lot more and a lot bigger picture than just people grabbing each other and slamming in the ring. I'm going to go around the board real quick. Chef Showtime, let me know what you think about Bray Wyatt's reemergence and his speech, his promo, as we call it in wrestling.
I've been waiting for this moment forever. It was the happiest moment of my life. One of them. The speech was, it was very touchy. It was touchy-feely. He put his heart out there for everybody to see. But then you already know there is a demon gonna come out. You gonna see that. I didn't mean none of that. I just can't wait for it to come out.
Yeah, LP, what you think about your man Bray Wyatt's promo? I think that might be candidate for one of the best promos of the year. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I think it was different. I've never seen a wrestler come back like that and then I guess show his regular side. It kind of ended like I thought it was going to end with something still even the story related. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know if I even want to call it a promo. It just really seemed. I only know what you would call it outside of a promo, but he just really just opened up and this kept it real for a minute. Like near the end, it kind of got promo-ish when the other side jumped out. Whatever that is, I think that's the new character right there. 'Cause I don't even think the Fiend coming back. I think that whatever that mask character is, that is the new character.
But you see the eyes?
The eyes?
Yeah, you get the Fiend eyes. The Fiend was up under that mask.
I'm really excited to see where that goes. Mr. Everything, what do you think about your man Bray Wyatt's return?
Man, this is probably going to be the most dangerous Bray Wyatt that we're ever going to see. We are getting Wyndham in his natural. You get what I'm saying? Like he's being like his authentic self with the creativity that he has in his mind, along with the push of the creativity behind him, with Triple H and the creative team. This is going to be a very dangerous Bray Wyatt. The speech that he gave was heartfelt. It was real, but it was the promo all in itself. And the ending with the character, interrupting him, it's giving Bray Wyatt versus Bray Wyatt. It's giving Wyndham trying to fight off his demons and trying to be something better, but it's always going to be that thing that's going to haunt him. It's always going to be something behind him. Like he came out in regular clothes. He didn't have no special nothing, no mask, nothing. He came out with the lantern because that's his thing, that's his interest. But he came out in regular street clothes. He's going to be a very dangerous Bray Wyatt. Now, what they do with him is going to be very important because if they don't allow this Bray Wyatt to do exactly what he needs to do, and that's go and be the champion and be a long-time champion, we're going to have an uproar with the fans. The fans are all going to just hate the product altogether, and they're not going to watch it.
Yeah, man. I hope that the direction that Triple H goes with this character is a lot bigger than just like a mid card. I really hope that they really do something with this. I want to see the Bray Wyatt in WrestleMania, have a WrestleMania match. I want to see him on day one. I really want to see more of this character when he was this thing before with the Mr. Rogers Funhouse kind of character. I loved every minute of it. I loved every time he came on the screen. He told really good stories, man. And the people were super behind him. I don't even know why he got let go in the first place. The man is a genius. And if they put the right people behind Bray Wyatt, he will be the top of the card on every card for the next 10 years if he chooses to wrestle that long for the WWE. He's a megastar in my eyes. He can be a Roman Reigns up there in the echelons of a Roman Reigns if he has the right type of title push and if he has the right support, the right writers, the right kind of people in the ring to be able to tell the stories. But he needs really good opponents.
Mm-hmm.
He needs those opponents to bring something out of him. And the Fiend character before was really great because he would change people. He would wrestle somebody and then they would be forever changed after wrestling him. You can't write nothing better than that. When you wrestle an opponent and after you're done, your whole character changes for either the good or the bad. It happened with Daniel Bryan. It happened with Randy Orton. It happened with Seth Rollins. It happened with even Roman Reigns to an extent. Did he wrestle? Hold on. Did the Fiend wrestle Roman? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't think so. So I'm
They
excited
didn't
to see.
wrestle. Roman Reigns attacked him, but they didn't wrestle.
I'm excited to see Roman Reigns versus this Bray Wyatt. That's going to be huge. That's a WrestleMania event in itself, if it's done right. If it's done right. But I'm excited to see where this Bray Wyatt goes, man. This is something different. This is something new. It's something refreshing. And we spoke about who the Wyatt Six, who his counterparts might be.
Mhm.
Do you guys, I'm going to go ahead and go to the genie. Do you have any speculations, furthermore, of who the Wyatt Six might be? Who
Well,
his
I know-
supporting cast, his faction might be?
I know last time we started guessing on who might be this and who might be that. I'm kind of at the point now where I'm thinking that he's the Wyatt Six. Like, it's not going to be no other people being the Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Six are just his different characters. Not to say he's going to be like Mick Foley and come out dressed up as this, that, and the third. But I think that I think they can go the route and make the Wyatt Six just his personality. Like I said, I don't know how that worked with Abigail. That kind of, that's kind of up in the air with with how they would do that. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be not what everybody expecting, because if you give him a group, it's not like back in the days when you had the corporate ministry and you had the ministry, you had these huge factions, and you still had enough wrestlers where you still could have storylines. The WWE ain't like that right now. If you put the Wyatt Six as a squad, they can't even handle the bloodline, the small amount of people that's in the bloodline. But so they're not equipped to have a Wyatt Six and have good stories. I don't know. They would have to do a lot of stuff, because who will stop the Wyatt Six? Like, if they really making them, like they should be, they can't. Nobody's gonna be able to stand up to them. So
yeah, if Bray Wyatt enlists the services of Braun Strowman, number one, that's one person who can already destroy half of the roster. If he enlists the services of a Dexter Lumis will tell some really great stories with Bray Wyatt. As much as I don't like him, if he enlists the services of a Karrion Kross, there will be a problem.
see, but I know we talked about that last time too, but I don't think if they go with other wrestlers, it's not gonna be no wrestler that's currently on the roster. I don't think
It
it's
might
gonna
be
be.
some call-ups.
Yeah. Because it wouldn't make no sense to put Dexter Lumis, because Dexter Lumis got a storyline with The Miz. Braun about to have a storyline with Omos. Karrion Kross still got his storyline with what's his face?
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, with Drew McIntyre. So it really wouldn't make no sense for them all of a sudden just to jump and be in the Wyatt Six. That's why I said it's either gonna be him or it's gonna be some new people or some people we haven't seen. But I don't think it's gonna be nobody currently. I still think his brother, if anybody, his brother gonna be in there. But for everybody, I don't think it's gonna be nobody who's already currently in storyline.
Yeah. We will see. Like I said, man, this is exciting for me. I'm enjoying this whole thing. Like I said, I think he gave one of the best promos of the year. We already said that he had one of the best comebacks in WWE history. So we'll see where it goes. I'm pretty sure he's going to have some more appearances on both Raw and SmackDown. I want to see where his character goes after Crown Jewel on November 5th. So we also saw the comeback of the Beast. We didn't have time to talk about it last week, as big as it was. But Brock Lesnar is back, and he's back with a vengeance. And he confronted the one man on the roster who is a like image of himself, in Bobby Lashley. A lot of people say that Bobby Lashley is the black Brock Lesnar. They mash up really well, power for power. They're big, strong guys. I want to see this again. Bobby versus Brock 1 was pretty decent. I didn't like the ending too much. You know, Bobby got thrashed that whole entire match until the end of the match, where he pulled out the win. So I'm excited to see Brock versus Bobby too. I just want to see them go at it, man. That might be the matchup tonight for me. Let me go around the room. What do you guys think about Brock Lesnar being back? And are you excited to see Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar? Mr. Everything.
It's like I said before in the chat. Big props to Brock Lesnar because Bobby Lashley is in a mid-card situation right now. Brock Lesnar has been, the top guy for a very long time. He has not been messed with anybody or been dealing with anybody except for someone has been a champion. So having him getting involved with Bobby Lashley in some aspect is huge. It's going to be great. I think having these two is going to give you, LP, your blood, your match where there's going to be blood involved. If these two guys get in there and do it as an MMA type thing, Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle tried it, didn't work out too well. Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar will be that match where you're going to see some blood involved, and I'm excited to see how this all is going to end.
LP, let me see what your thoughts on Bobby versus Brock are.
I think it'd be a good match. I know you said he's like the black version of Brock. I actually put Brock above. I actually put Bobby Lashley above Brock. I think Bobby Lashley is a better athlete and a better wrestler. And I mean, look at his resume. I mean, he done won championships in several different companies and all that. So I really feel like Bobby is better, and that's why I feel like most of the time they make Bobby look like he can't handle Brock because they have built Brock up so strong. But right. if they wrestle right, I really want them to do 3. I want Bobby to win 1, Brock to win 1, and then WrestleMania they can really build it up where it'll be like the tiebreaker. Again, it still boils down to how they write it. But I was more excited about seeing Bobby versus Brock than anytime I've seen Roman versus Brock. I stopped wanting to see that a long time ago. But I think everybody wants to see this. So I think they've been taking the time to do it right. I hope. But yeah, I want to see them build this story up a little bit more. I kind of think one of them need a manager because like both of them on the mic still ain't the best in the world. So it ain't like open up the ring and go back and forth like verbally because Bobby is no good when it comes to his mic skills. And Brock is better. Brock is better than him on the mic. But yeah, if they do this right, I think this can be I think that'll be a great match.
I think for this one, man, they really let their violence and brutality kind of speak volumes. They don't need to say anything. I don't want to hear neither one of them really say anything. They gave me what I wanted on Monday Night Raw. They opened the show with a bang. And at first I thought Brock was like, man, Brock is manhandling Bobby again. He picked him up, slammed him, picked him up again, slammed against the post. And then I don't know, Bobby just so happened to spear him through the barricade and then spear him again through the table, or speared him on the table, and then one hand slammed him, completely demolished the whole entire table. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I wanted more of it. I can't wait to see how it goes down. It's going to be a bloodbath. Chef, what do you think about Brock versus Bobby?
It's going to be a good match. It's going to be a banger for the ages. Because you already can tell it's going to be like a no-holds bar. They're going to come out swinging. There's going to be blood everywhere. Because somebody gonna get busted open within the first 2 minutes of that match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're gonna see. I like prediction. You're gonna see Brock hit him with like 2 F5s. Bobby gonna hit him with like 2 spears. They're gonna be a disqualification. Somebody gonna cheat.
I don't want to. I want to see a clean win. I don't want to see nobody interfere. I don't want to see no false roll up. I don't want to see something where the ref gets involved but didn't see something. I want it to be a clean 1, 2, 3. No dispute about it. Clean win. We haven't seen a lot of clean wins in the WWE lately.
Don't want to out the ref either.
It's gonna be if it's gonna be a clean win. Somebody gonna get hurt. Somebody gonna get hurt, and they ain't gonna let it be Bobby. It's gonna be Brock.
You think Brock gonna get hurt?
Yeah, because if you have it like that, because you already know how Brock record is. He don't wrestle that much. So what's going to happen? He gonna get hurt, be out for a little bit, come back, wrestle somebody else, get hurt again. Same routine.
I don't know. I don't want to see neither one of them get hurt, man. I just want to see more matches between two of them. They're both juggernauts and titans and bona fide WWE legends in the game. I think this is going to be one hell of a match, and I cannot wait to see it. Man, it's going to be as JR was saying, a slaughter.
my question is, where do they go after that? What happens to either man after the match? You know what I mean? Like, where do you go?
I know Bobby will go for his belt.
That's why I think they're gonna do it in the series. Cause like now, Bobby don't even have the Brock won't be fighting for that belt anyway. So Bobby doesn't even have that belt. If they do their storyline good, they could just be wanting to fight each other. Look how long they pushed out Matt Riddle and Seth. That's been going on damn near 5 months, it feel like.
Mm-hmm.
That is really long feud. Yeah. Yeah,
and just like Chef said, Bobby's not gonna be there. I mean, Brock not gonna be there every week. Bobby will. So Brock will show back up, start it again, and that way they can keep it like that. Because I know you saying that Bobby's like a mid-carder now, but hell, to be perfectly honest, with exception of Roman, everybody's mid-carder. who's right now currently in WWE, SmackDown, and Raw? Who's not a mid-carder? Be honest. Even Seth Rollins, Matt Riddle, these are mid-carders. Roman is on the top. They got Roman by himself.
Dang, you all right?
You all right?
Thinking about it.
You right?
Everybody's a mid-carder.
I hate to admit it. Even Seth Rollins,
the mid-carder.
He's a mid-card. I mean,
even Sheamus and Drew McIntyre.
All mid-card.
Mid-card. Roman. That's why they have to fix what they have done. Like they don't have nobody close to. They built Roman up too high. Like he's at the top, and everybody else is mid-card.
So Bray's gonna have to take him down.
Yeah,
I mean Bray is not gonna. They can't bring Bray back and not be a mid-carder. But look at Braun. I thought they were gonna do something with Braun. Right now, what is Braun? Braun is a mid-carder. He beating up them 2 people he beat up last week. 2 people out of the showed up in the ring. Come on. now he about to fight Amos. That's gonna be a hard. Oh my god, that's gonna be a hard.
We talked about it. That was crazy. So when we mentioned it, right after that, the storyline started happening.
Horrible. It's gonna be horrible.
It might be a decent fight. Maybe they might blow your mind. Maybe they might try to do something and break the ring again. I can see that happening.
Oh, Lord, I hope not.
I just feel like since Omos been back, I don't think he beat up 2 scrubs not too long ago, but he hasn't done anything. Braun beating up tag teams and other stuff like that, but he hasn't done anything to make you feel like he's any different than he was before. So like him and the Omos is just gonna be like the Great Khali versus
Big Show.
Well, I don't know what said like a bitch. You know what? Don't sleep on a Big Show. Big Show really good ref. Big Show was probably one of the.
It'd be like Great Khali and Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
That's wrong.
That's a good one.
Love you, Braun.
Maybe Omos been in a hyperbolic time chamber the whole time he been gone, and he can come up and show some new stuff. But if he don't,
would it be crazy to think that they would end up being a tag team?
I thought about that for a second, but who the hell gonna stop them in the tag team?
Good. Then you don't need nobody to stop them. Good.
I don't know if I want to see that. That would be too much. You know what I mean? I don't see because they would. I don't know. I don't know if I want to see that.
They did it with Kane and Undertaker. They did it with Undertaker and Big Show. Come on, let these two. When was the last time we had two really big men run shot through it? Like we talk about all the time, how Braun come back, he needs to run through an entire roster. Put him with Omos. Let them run through the entire tag division. Get the belts off to the Usos, whichever belts they want to get. Let them get those belts and let them run through the entire tag division for a while.
We'll give them something to do because they like neither one of them is gonna fight for the big one. Neither one of them. They brought Braun back for whatever reason. I don't have no idea.
They brought Braun back. I got a feeling they about to bring Eric Rowan back too.
I'm glad they free agent.
You push that every week.
He's a free agent. He's a free agent right now.
But I'm telling you, I was right about Braun Strowman. I was right about Bray Wyatt. So I
thought Eric Rowan was with another company. You say a
free agent right now.
Free agent right now, I believe.
I can see them having Braun Strowman and Eric Rowan remaking the Bludgeon Brothers come back and take the belts.
Nah, I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that either.
If Eric Rowan, if anybody gonna be in a wide set, it'll be Eric Rowan, and he's not visible there. You remember I said it got to be somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, I truly believe in what you were saying earlier. I just looked it up on Fightful. It will be Bray Wyatt as all 6 characters. I know there's talks of Vinny. I can't remember his last name, but he kind of looks like he could be a part of the Wyatt family from AEW. He used to be on Ring of Honor. Vinny, something like that. But he has like that deep dark character as well. He could be that individual that's going to play that mask character for the Wyatt as well. So that's going to be interesting.
It might be Aleister Black. You know, he left AEW.
They was talking about that.
I'm going to say his name correctly.
They was talking about
if they put Black and Bray together, that will shut down wrestling. That will shut. Listen, man, that would be huge, and I would love that.
Combination.
That would be a deadly combination. They wouldn't even need nobody else in the crew.
I think he's gonna pop up.
Vinny Marseglia.
I ain't never heard of him or seen him wrestle, but you know, if you're saying he good, then you know I'll take your word.
Yeah, he was on Ring of Honor. He was part of a large faction. There's talks of him being part of it, which would be a game changer.
I thought that was Trent and Darby. I got to look at it.
All right. So, fellas, let's switch over real quick, and then we're gonna switch back to WWE. But I want to take a little bit different tone. This past Tuesday, we saw an injury happen. And someone was severely concussed. You had Hangman versus Jon Moxley, where Jon Moxley hit Adam Hangman Page with a devastating King Kong Larry. Almost took his head off. He flipped upside down and hit his head hard on the ring, and he was concussed and knocked out. The referee had to come check on him. When he was not as responsive, he called the doctor into the ring. And you know, AEW does not regularly call doctors into the ring, so you know something was serious. He was knocked out, and now he's under concussion protocol. Jon Moxley was over on the other side of the ring, bleeding as usual. I don't know what is it about this guy where he bleeds every single match. It doesn't need to happen, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that I didn't get a chance to check the match because I was watching NXT at the time, which I'm going to go and talk about that in a minute. But Hangman Adam Page is concussed. He's on concussion protocol. Hopefully he'll be back to wrestling soon. I want to talk to you real quick about injuries, and I know earlier on in the season we talked about different types of injuries, and concussions is a very common one. I believe that's why they don't do a lot of chair shots anymore. They don't do a lot of blunt weapons to the face. If you're a professional, you have to know how to hit somebody without killing them or giving them brain damage. So it's there's a very that and ACL sprain is very common in wrestling. How scary is it to see somebody have a concussion or have to go on a concussion protocol? And I'm gonna throw that question to Mr. Everything. I'm not sure how much you know about that whole thing, but have you ever seen a wrestler get seriously hurt in the ring? And if so, how does that make you adjust your wrestling style so that you're safe with yourself and safe with others?
I've seen it a couple times. I've experienced it myself. I don't know if the camera can pick it up pretty good, but I have a scar here from when the Undertaker used to do his dives over the top rope. I did that same spot with the guy. He wasn't in position to, break the fall on the outside. And so the ground broke my fall, concrete. I went head first, kamikaze style. I didn't suffer a concussion. Luckily, I didn't have any broken bones, no broken neck, anything. I was able to drive myself home. I had my son with me as well. But it can be very scary. It's part of what we do. On truthfully, everything that we do is a risk. Every spot that we do, every body slam, every something off the top rope, everything is going to be a risk. That's why you have to train. That's why we practice. That's why, it's fake. No, we talk to each other because you don't want a situation like Adam Page and Moxley had to endure. But it's taken serious. It's taken serious because there's a lot of times we don't even know. A lot of times we continue wrestling and don't even know that we experienced a concussion. I watched a guy 2 weeks ago. Me and my son was at a show, and my son was able to tell that he was concussed. And he told him, he said, "Hey, man, I think you got a concussion." My son is 7 years old. That's how easy you can tell when someone's had a head injury. And we wasn't even with him when he experienced a head injury. My son was able to watch him as he was moving, listen to him talk, watch him after he got done with the second match. He was like, "Hey, man, I think you got a concussion." So it is a serious thing. It should not be played with. And you definitely should not get in a ring because you could pass out. Remember Shawn Michaels, when he got in the ring, he had that moment where he passed out in the middle of the ring. It's a serious thing, and that's it, man. It's nothing to play with.
Yeah.
You gotta remember with Enzo.
I do remember Enzo. He had that spot where he was thrown out the ring and his neck got caught. Yeah, his neck got caught on the bottom rope. That was scary, and everybody saw that. I think most recently the injury that really scared me was Big E when he got slammed on his head, man. And Big E is a big dude, man. That's a lot of weight coming down on your neck. He really dodged a bullet with that because he could have been paralyzed in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. The way he landed on top of his head, man, and him being a solid dude like that could have been really, really bad. So I would love to see Big E come back, but I wouldn't blame him if he didn't want to be in the ring right now. If he really wanted to get some healing, because normally wrestlers would want to go right back into the ring and go right back at it. No matter how bad it. Oh, I'm okay. I'm good. I'm feeling. I can move my neck around, but they still be in pain. So I think Big E is really looking at the long-term things, and Big E doesn't have to be in the ring to be entertaining. Exactly. He really doesn't. He can still work. He can still manage. If he came back with the New Day right now, he can just manage the New Day and be there and still be very, very, very entertaining and put the New Day back on the top of the card where they should be. But it's a scary thing to see injuries in the ring. I remember Chef when we did the pre-show. the first pre-show, we were talking about Cody Rhodes and his injury and how he had the torn pec, and his arm was swollen up on one side. Like it was very gruesome. His whole arm was black and blue, and it was a very scary thing to watch him wrestle at WrestleMania with the injury that bad, man. I heard that he's healing up pretty well, and we forgot about Cody Rhodes coming back. That might be a real challenger for Roman Reigns.
Yeah,
we forgot about Cody. Cody is still a big star. When Cody comes back, they gonna bring back the Cody. You can shake your head all you want to, LP. It's the truth with two F's. It's the truth with two F's.
If that was the case, they would have had Cody. Cody could have went straight for Rome when he got there.
Yeah,
he could have, but I think that the introduction with Seth Rollins, the match with Seth Rollins, was needed. That just happened. That's still one of the best matches this year.
Mid card, Cody still came in as a mid carder.
Yeah, I can see Cody going for Intercontinental or the U.S. Championship. He ain't going for the heavyweight.
He gonna go for the big one because he got a story along with it. I think the wrestlers that really have a story attached to their championship
aspirations.
Aspirations. Everybody gonna have a story.
They have to have a good story along with it in order for them to really compete with the tribal chief.
If you look at it, everybody got a good story. Seth Rollins, if he go for it, brother against brother, Shield member against Shield member. Then you got Braun Strowman, Monster against Tribal Chief. Everybody can have a nice storyline.
That's who Roman Reigns got the belt off of. So there is the storyline there.
Yeah.
Roman beat Braun Strowman for the belt.
And Cody still has the story with the IC title too. He still has that story that he never won it.
Like I said, they keep Roman is protected. I don't know if all you guys watch Rocky movies, but I don't know if you remember when your boy Mick didn't want him to fight Clubber Lang. He said, "You been fighting bums. You won't fight no real fight. Old man give you the setup." Mickey was scared, so he kept on having Rocky fight these bums because he didn't want him to see that. That's how Roman's been protected. Look at all the people on the roster. Let's be honest. Let's look at all the people on the roster who are actually better wrestlers than Roman. That they won't even look that direction. The first thing Cody should look that way. When they brought Braun in, you took my belt and I got fired. That should have been the first person Braun went out there. What they got Braun doing now? Nothing.
Who's more of a money push? That's what you need to think about.
Yeah, that's the question.
Who?
Cody is one of those guys. Bray Wyatt is one of those guys. I would come to an event if they announce right now, and I'm in North Carolina. If they announce right now that Bray Wyatt was going to be at the arena, the PNC Arena, I'm buying a ticket.
Well, if we talk about money, the next person he should fight is Bad Bunny, because Bad Bunny brings money. Does he not bring money?
And you know what? We gotta agree with him. We gotta agree with him.
From what y'all saying. Whoever Roman fights is not gonna be no big. Cody Rhodes is not a big money person. He became a top star at AEW, but he still was not a humongous star. AEW making a lot of stars. Look at John Moxley, biggest he ever been. But if John Moxley came back to WWE, he'll be right back down where he was at. Because that AEW status is not going to equal the same status it is with WWE. So
I think
it's not about money. It's about the story they build. Because there's no other right now other than The Rock, John Cena, no old people that can come in. They already done. I only know he already fought Goldberg, but don't nobody want to see Goldberg. But like John Cena, The Rock. Now you got Bray Wyatt as a moneymaker. Nobody else is a moneymaker. So you got to build a story.
But you got to think about as far as who can hold the title, be that face on the flyer. You get what I'm saying? So you can say oh, John Moxley, yeah, they can't make no money off of John Moxley. It'll be a money match, but it won't be a money title reign. You gotta look at somebody that can carry the title and bring in money every single show. Roman Reigns is that man that could bring in money every single show. They're not going to bring in the money with John Moxley because of the death match stuff that he does. Nobody's going to really say, oh, no sponsor is going to say, yes, we would love to have him at Cricket Wireless, selling cell phones and plans while he's standing there holding with a barbed wire around it. Cody Rhodes, on the other hand, can be there. He has the very distinguished look. He looks really good in the suit. He can be that guy that can carry a title, walk in any company. He can walk into a Fortune 500 company and say, hey, how you doing? I'm Cody Rhodes, blah, 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 and go about his business and bring more money to the company.
It's all about how they make them. It's all about how they don't worry. I'm gonna use John Moxley as an example. John Moxley would definitely never be he had the belt. But you gotta let's look at previous years. We all wrestling fans, we've been wrestling fans for years. Let's look at all the different champions we have had. Or whether they was good people that held the belt or people didn't hold it that long. Look at Big E. When Big E had that damn belt, they didn't push Big E like he should have, but Big E was over. Kofi was over. So when people get the belt, if they don't do nothing with them, look at Drew McIntyre's reign. Drew McIntyre looked good in the suit. Drew McIntyre hit all the buttons you just said, but they did not do nothing with his reign story wise.
But you also have to look at the market that they reached with those guys. With Drew McIntyre, they reached the Scottish market. With Kofi, they reached a black market, the African market. Did they reach the black market with Kofi? Yes. Yes. He
was on the Breakfast Club.
No.
Wait, was he on the Breakfast Club? He was. I think he was on the Breakfast Club, and he was talking about twerking.
On the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, he was talking about twerking and stuff. But if I'm talking about representatives, right? Who's transcended. You got to look at who might transcend wrestling. Big E, as much as I didn't care too much for his title reign, Big E was doing a lot of media. Big E was on a lot of shows. He was on a lot of black shows. He can speak really well. He was a great representative for the product and the brand. Roman Reigns is the same way. I think that, huh?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think that Cody Rhodes, if he does win, will be that guy who can go on other shows, who can do other things. The Miz is one of those guys who can go on other shows and bring more eyeballs from other arenas to wrestling. If I'm looking at who's going to carry my $1 billion company,
Bad Bunny,
across the world, I'm not putting Bad Bunny. I'm not dissing Bad Bunny, but I'm not having Bad Bunny as my champion.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
But Bad Bunny did something that a lot of wrestlers on the current roster have not done. He went face to face with Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble.
Hey,
Bad Bunny had a spot with Brock Lesnar. Let that sink in.
Hold on, since we talking business, let's talk business. Let's say that Bad Bunny won the belt, right? The next day, tell me every media would not be covering the fact that one of the biggest artists of all time, which Bad Bunny is, had the WWE Championship. You can't tell me that would bring more eyes than anybody else we just listed. Not even Logan Paul. Not even Logan Paul. A lot of people don't like Logan Paul. But Bad Bunny, so if we talk about business, Bad Bunny would take WWE and make it back. Everybody be talking about it.
This is very true, but this is only for one, maybe two pay-per-views. Bad Bunny could do that for only probably 2 pay-per-views. Then you have to look at who's going to come in and take the belt off of him.
Anybody.
Everybody.
Everybody and their mama. Shelton Benjamin might bring his mama back and she might win, dude.
Hey, they might.
Yeah.
But it still boils down to if they don't start making these other people stars, which they seem to be scared, you can't have Roman be the main star by himself. You gotta have. We came up in an era where Stone Cold, Rock, Triple H, Undertaker. They was all at the same time.
you have to think about it though. In our era, with the Attitude Era, all the champs was feared. Everybody feared Stone Cold because Stone Cold would beat your ass and pour some beer on you. Everybody feared Undertaker. Everybody feared Triple H. They feared The Rock. Nowadays, I think that's what Triple H is bringing back. He's gonna give the belt to somebody that everybody's fear. Because you think about it now, a lot of motherfuckers are scared of Gunther. A lot of people are scared. Was scared of Bobby Leslie. Some people are scared of Seth Rollins. He only gonna have it for a little bit. They're gonna take it right back. Like Vince McMahon gave the belt to Liv Morgan. I don't know why. That just made me sick. But now,
Liv deserves. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know we talk about Liv a lot and not favorable mentions, but Liv deserved it. So I'm not going to talk about it because she was working hard. She was improving. Her star was getting up there, and they needed somebody to be able to carry it. As much as we all did not like her title reign because she didn't carry it well.
Ruby Riott.
But her hard work and determination, she did deserve to at least taste gold.
Name one of the matches that she had as a champion that was exciting.
I ain't gonna get into all that. Cause that's gonna make me try to remember, and it's gonna give me a headache. And I we still got to finish the show. I can't do it. So, but Liv deserves, the opportunity, and she took advantage of it. And a lot of people did like her as a babyface champion. So we shall see. But I know we love heels. I'm a transition. I'm a heel guy. Heels are very entertaining. Heels don't always have to be evil. Heels can be very confident in their abilities and don't care about what nobody says. One of the best heels in the business just returned, and his name is JBL. JBL cut a scathing promo. He was well received by the crowd, and then he turned on him. I forgot how good JBL was as a wrestler and a speaker. I was a personal fan of Bradshaw and the APA. That's who I grew up on. And then he transitioned to this JBL character, which he was more outspoken, more brash. He was very entertaining as a heel. So JBL has endorsed your boy Baron Corbin.
That's your boy.
Yes,
He is my boy, because I still think that Baron Corbin is one of the best heels on the roster.
Nah.
People genuinely hate this man. You can't get more hate than people have for Baron, like real hate than people have for Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is a great heel. He's a big guy. He is very talented. He can hurt you, and he's believable. Like I said, the last person to pin your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, was Baron Corbin. JBL has got behind Baron Corbin. I like this dynamic. I like these two, even though Baron Corbin is a really great speaker. He doesn't need a mouthpiece. But if you're going to have a mouthpiece, you have a legend in your corner. You have somebody that can really take you to the next level where a Baron Corbin should be. I think Baron Corbin should get more opportunities. He hasn't really had a lot of opportunities. If you really think about it, he's won some competitions, but he hasn't really held gold like that, like he should have. I believe he should have had the championship a long time ago, at least one time.
Yeah.
At least one time. If you're going to have a heel, right, and that can bring out the best in other people, Baron Corbin on paper, he will be that guy.
They gave him everything but that. They gave him the Andre Memorial thing. They gave him King of the Ring.
Money in the Bank.
And the only person, one of the two people that failed in Money in the Bank,
That failed to cash in Money in the Bank.
yeah, that was his chance. I think they were gonna give it to him. Then he must have pissed somebody off, and they were casting in, and you're gonna lose it. But I do agree. He definitely has always been a heel. I think his problem is his character. How many characters has he been throughout the past 5 or 6 years? He's been a lot of characters.
Yeah. My personal favorite is King Corbin.
That was his best. That's probably one of his best.
Lone Wolf. I like the Lone Wolf.
The Lone Wolf was boring. King Corbin was an asshole. He was the ultimate. He was the ultimate. I think King Corbin. This is how I rate my King of the Rings, right? And I'm gonna go as a matter of fact, we're gonna turn this into a subject. Who are your top 3 King of the Rings, right? I have to say that my favorite, of course, I'm gonna have to go Bret Hart. Is at the top of my King of the Ring. My number 2 King of the Ring is Booker T, who's done the most with the King of the Ring moniker. And then my 3rd favorite King of the Ring was Baron Corbin, because he really drugged that out. Even if he didn't even have a belt, he drugged that whole thing out for more than a year. He was really good at that character. He antagonized a lot of people. He was one of the most memorable King of the Rings. And then my 4th honorable mention will be Xavier Woods. So let me go around the room real quick. Chef, who would be your top 3 King of the Ring?
Top 3 King of the Rings.
Or you can do top 1, but top 3, be favorable.
King Booker. Wade Barrett.
Forgot about Wade Barrett. Yeah.
And shit, yeah. I'd have throw Edge.
Okay. All right. LP. Top 3 King of the Rings.
So King Booker is number 1. Like, there ain't no debate. Like, King Booker that's his greatest character. Like, he took that and ran with it. So there ain't no debate. I really want to say Stone Cold won it, right? That was when he
Stone Cold did win King of the Ring. Yes, he did.
He won 96.
That was one of the times that made him Stone Cold. Like, that was one of the moments that kind of you started building him up. So I definitely got Stone Cold number 2. I don't know. It's hard about number 3. Ain't nobody else. I might put Baron Corbin number 3. I think he did a good job making the whole Jon Snow look from Game of Thrones kind of vibe or whatever. I might get Baron Corbin 3. But Booker T 1, Stone Cold 2. 3 is debatable.
Okay. All right, Mr. Everything.
I would have to go with based on the moments they created. So I had to go with Bret Hart because his feud with Jerry Lawler leading into that. Stone Cold because that's when the birth of Austin 316 happened. And then got to be number 1. It's got to be Booker T. Always got to give that King Booker.
And that goes to show you, man, if you have a really great character or even an opportunity like that to really change your character, that you can really take your career off if you have a great path. I think Xavier Woods was on the precipice of doing some great things until the tribal chief stomped him out and broke his crown. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Roman Reigns said there will be no other king. There will be no other person that call themselves king or macho. You know what I'm saying? So he stumped that character out real quick, and he became Xavier Woods in less than a week after that. So, if given the right opportunities, somebody can change their characters and change the whole course of their careers.
Roman is key to that. I say the head of the table, Roman, was the best thing he's ever done.
Yeah. So I'm excited with JBL now in Baron Corbin's corner. I want to see where they take it. I want to see who they challenge, and if he'll stay around for a little bit. I'm not sure how long they'll be together and clicked up, but I would like to see more of it on my television serves.
You
The
want-
last hot topic. I know we're running against time. The last hot topic is the Tuesday Night Wars between AEW and NXT.
Are
Now-
we still calling it that?
What, NXT?
No, Tuesday Night Wars. Or are we? Why are
Well,
we still doing that?
in this instance, both shows were airing around the same time. AEW moved their time slot and day to Tuesday, and they changed the channel to Fight, the Fight Network, FIT. I don't have Fight, so I couldn't watch it. I just did watch some clips from it whenever I could. But NXT was a really good show. They did the opposite and brought main roster talent to NXT to face off against some of their current wrestlers and in preparation for Halloween Havoc that's about to happen, which is an NXT major event. We saw Rhea Ripley face Roxanne Perez. We've seen Raquel Rodriguez come in and face Cora Jade. We had the Good Brothers facing the Dyad. We also had Shinsuke Nakamura come back. And I know we were speculating, trying to figure out what happened to Shinsuke, but Shinsuke came back and he had a match against Tony D'Angelo's stooge, or his henchman, Stacks. We also saw Judgment Day come in with Rhea Ripley, which everybody, all of the talent was well received, and KO came back and hosted a KO show. They were all well received. They got the chance welcome home. All of them were smiling. They were happy. They were having fun. And they were happy to be back on the NXT product. That was a good look. They gave a nice rub to everybody, all the new younger talent, whether they win or lost. The show was a great show. I'm not sure if you guys had a chance to check that out, but you know, the ratings wars is a real thing again. I think people are trying to make that into a thing. WWE is the biggest thing in town, no matter what. It don't matter. They're a giant. But I can't say that AEW is not that little nagging fly that's just around WWE, and they trying to get rid of, but they can't, you know. But they really had, both of the shows were really good. Are you guys interested in seeing a head-on-head competition of show how we had in the Attitude Era with WCW and WWE? Are you guys interested in seeing AEW go head-to-head with even an NXT WWE product? Let me shoot that over to LP.
If they're not gonna respect losing, like we already seen Triple H try to say, call it developmental, because AEW has been beating WWE. I don't know. I think that's probably why they're bringing more people over. I haven't been checking the current stat, but AEW has been beating them on Tuesdays. So if they're gonna do that, they need to go ahead and officially make NXT a brand, because when they lose, they're gonna be like, yeah, they only beat our developmental, they didn't beat our brand. So you know, if they're gonna call it that, they gotta drop that brand. Well, they gotta drop that brand thing anyway. Cause you know how I feel about that. NXT is a brand. It's not developmental. But I think they did that to help the ratings because you know they all made them announcements that they were showing up on the show, on both shows. I think they needed a ratings boost, whether they did or not. I don't know yet. I don't know the number. But I think it'd be cool. But I mean, AEW is never gonna beat WWE, like, no matter what. Nothing's gonna happen. They could beat them on Tuesday, but they're never gonna beat them on a Thursday or a Monday.
A Monday, definitely not a Friday. SmackDown has over 2 million people watching. Mm-hmm. And that's not even including the people across the world that are watching the show also. They're just on a different platform and plateau. Maybe, I love the competition, honestly. I like having another game in town. It really forces WWE to up their standards because for a long time they were the only show that was really running after they bought out WCW, and there was nobody even close to even reaching up to WWE's level. So I like the competition. I like the back and forth mentions all from both shows. I like how Corey Graves really does give real world reference to what other wrestlers have been doing outside of the WWE. Once they return or once they come on, he really gives information of, hey, this person has been doing great things outside of the company, and now that they're back, I'm happy to see them back. Let's see what they do on the roster now. The Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Gallows, they're back. I like seeing them together with AJ Styles and the OC. I like all of these comeback stories that are happening. So how do you feel like the competition is really pushing the WWE product? Let me shoot that over to Mr. Everything.
I don't really think they're really even phased by AEW, truthfully. I think AEW is trying to step up to keep the competition going, but I don't think WWE is really paying them any attention. I don't think they're really phased by it. This exchange of talent between the brands of Raw and SmackDown coming to NXT, I don't think it has anything to do with AEW. I think, truthfully, is what I said before. It's setting up for a big thing for Survivor Series. I think that's what all is about. It's keeping people on their toes. It's keeping people guessing. So as far as the competition between WWE and AEW, whatever. I mean, nothing against AEW. They're doing their thing the way they're doing it. WWE is doing their thing the way they're doing it. I'm just interested to see who else is going to get called back to WWE, or who else is going to leave WWE and go to AEW. I mean, right. It's too easy for the talent to be shifted from one company to another. It's almost like they're calling each other and say, hey, I'm drafting this one out. You want them? Yeah, sure. It's almost like NBA. Hey, we can't do nothing with them. We're willing to draft them if you're willing to send us one. So that's kind of how that works.
He froze and he signed. Oh, there you
go. Sorry about that, fellas. My phone, my other camera just went out on me, so I got my backup just in case. But yeah, I like to see the competition, and I like to see bidding awards on wrestlers. It makes it exciting again. It makes it very entertaining to watch. And then, this flip between both programs to see what people are doing, man, I enjoy that. And I think competition is necessary in order for you to really push the product and really push the brand. So with that being said, with all the matches that happened this week, we have to go to one man and one man only. And that one man is Mr. Everything. And we have to know, what's your match of the week?
Like you said, we've had a lot of great things going on, a lot of stuff happening, a lot of storylines coming up. I'm very, very, very excited to see what's going to happen with Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. I think, like you said, that is going to be a very good match of the week candidate, a match of the year candidate. But I have to give it this week to Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins. I like the dynamic of Bobby Lashley getting injured, making it on a equal playing field between Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins, with Seth Rollins then with his rib injury. They told a really good story. It's a clash of two styles, but they told a really good story in what they were doing. Bobby Lashley countering the stomp with just planting his hands and not even taking it was a really good change of pace. I love to see that. And yeah, man, I got to give those two the match of the week, along with a honorable mention of the match of the week, which is not even a wrestling match, but the two pair of Baron Corbin and JBL.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm excited to see Bobby versus Brock too. I'm super excited to see that. I hope they have a really good match. I hope it's not overly short. You know, I hope it's a real wrestling match versus a spot match. I don't want to see spear, suplex, F5 pin. I don't want to. That's gonna piss me off.
Somebody ended up
That's gonna piss me off. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They did that enough with Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. We don't want another Brock Lesnar and Goldberg.
I do not want to repeat it.
When was the last time Brock had a match? Anybody remember? Well, he didn't do that. It's been a long time.
Since he had he had to actually do moves and stuff.
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
Like when it's been a long time.
WrestleMania, Roman Reigns.
The last two matches. No, the last two matches where I think Brock had a really great match because he had some great opponents was when he faced Seth Rollins the third time, and when he faced Daniel Bryan. I thought he killed Daniel Bryan in the ring. When he suplexed that man on his head, I was so scared. His eyes was blinking. I was like, oh man, this is scary. Stop. Both of those matches, I was screaming for the ref to stop the match. You know, so if I had to say when was the last time I really enjoyed Brock Lesnar wrestling, of course the Roman Reigns thing was the last match that they had was good, but you know, it wasn't a clean fight. Those two fights were clean, you know. They were unanimous at the time, and they had really good storytelling in both the Daniel Bryan versus Brock and Seth Rollins versus Brock.
You know, a match I want to see, truthfully, and it's going to throw y'all off completely.
What's that?
Brock Lesnar and Shelton Benjamin.
They could really build it up to a good match.
Really good match.
Man, Shelton can't talk, man. That's my only problem.
That's the only issue, yeah. But he has
cannot talk.
He has R-Truth right now, so which is going to be another thing as far as the tag team. That's going to be really interesting if they keep pushing this thing that they got going on main event. Like I'm actually starting to want to watch main event because of Shelton Benjamin and R-Truth's whole dynamic thing. That's amazing to me.
That will be a good match. So like when Brock wrestles somebody like that, to me, Brock's best match ever was him and Kurt Angle. And that's I'm gonna stand by that forever. When Brock almost broke his neck trying to jump off the damn top rope. But like him and Kurt Angle together, that match is crazy. So yeah, him and Shelton Benjamin would be a good match. Like when he fights smaller guys, he does better. When he's just not throwing them all over the damn place. That will be a good match.
I think when he fights wrestlers, he has really, really great matches. Yeah. Like for instance, I would love to see, and I know this will throw you off even more. I would love to see Brock Lesnar versus Chad Gable.
Yes, that too.
Brock and Chad Gable will be a really good match. I was super excited to see Keith Lee versus Brock Lesnar when they had the little face-off during the Royal Rumble a couple of years back. Man, I was super excited to see that because I've seen Keith Lee in person up close. He is a big guy. The first thing I saw him,
he's a really big guy.
This dude is almost wider than the ring. Does he wrestle? Does he even wrestle? But they, I love seeing Brock Lesnar face really strong guys and real wrestlers that can go. And you're right, Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar was a really good matchup because Kurt Angle is a wrestler and Brock Lesnar is a wrestler. You know what I mean? So I enjoy that dynamic. LP, my main man, you got to let the people know. What was your best damn wrestling moment?
Well, I know we getting late with time, so I'll make it quick. I think that it ain't no other moment other than Bray's moment. It's like the best moment of the week. Where they're going with that storyline, we already talked about. It's gonna see, but I think him doing that was like super dope. The crowd response, him opening up, his character still being played I think the writing for that was pretty good. I don't know if he got character control of his character, but if he got character control of his character, which I don't know if they still even do in WWE, if they let him do what he want to do, kind of like with Broken Matt Hardy. If they would have let Broken Matt Hardy do what he wanted to do, it would have been huge, but they ruined it. So they let Bray do what he want to do and let him control his character. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah, I agree with that. And you're right. I didn't really like the Broken Matt Hardy character on WWE. I think it was a shell of his former self. He was able to do some cinematic matches. I think he kind of really introduced the cinematic match to the WWE product, where that carried into the Undertaker versus AJ Styles, which is still held at a high standard for that type of match, that cinematic match between them two. So I agree with you, sir. That was a really great moment with Bray Wyatt, him returning. I don't know how that's going to be topped this year, but they might be able to pull something off where we're all shocked and our jaws are on the ground. Chef, I see you over there, wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. We have a comment in the Best Damn Nation. It says, my son has been waiting to hear Chef and what he is cooking today. He loves food and he loves cooking. So, Chef, we got to ask you, what did you cook this week? And what was your best damn recipe?
See, there you go, muting again. Talking away.
Wow. My bad. This week, I had a combination. I had some Italian. I had the best damn lasagna and zuppa toscana. It's delicious, but both of the recipes up there. But the lasagna, yes. You use some smoked sausage, man. You guys eat smoked sausage?
I like smoked sausage, yeah.
Yeah, you put that smoked sausage on it. You got some ground beef, you know what I mean? Like, mine is cheese. I like my lasagna cheesy. Like the ricotta cheese and regular cheese with the saucy. Oh my God, it's mouth watering. You know what I mean? I'm getting hungry again already. But it's delicious. You know what I mean? You can take your time and pride into cooking that, bruh. You can feed your whole little family plus more. And they all will love it. They might smack you a couple of times for making it because they're gonna make small. But it happens.
Awesome, man. And what about that zuppa toscana? You know what I'm saying? Tell me about that.
The zuppa toscana, yeah, it's delicious, bro. It has the same thing. If you like smoked sausage, that's in there. It has you can either use spinach or kale. I like the spinach because it tastes a little better. Kale, I don't know, it balls up in my mouth. I can't do it. It has potatoes and like a little white cream sauce. It's a nice, good soup, but like for a warm, like if you're having a hot, rainy day, that will warm you up. And you put little bacon bits on it with some cheese. Oh my God, it's fire. But I got both of the recipes on the Best Damn page. You can look it up, try it for yourself, and let me know.
All right, beautiful people. And if you want to see more of Chef's recipes, you can follow him on his personal page. You can follow him on Instagram, and you can follow the Best Damn Wrestling page and group to see more of Chef Showtime's Best Damn Recipes. Fellas, man, we had a lot to talk about. We didn't get a chance to get to everything, but let the people know what you got going on and where can they find you. Chef Showtime.
Right now, I have nothing going on but my son's football games. Every Friday, I'll be at his game, working, taking care of these kids, looking for a new house. That's it. But you can find me on Facebook at Dante Carter. You can find me on Facebook and my other pages, Dante's Kitchen. Then you can find me on I think I got Twitter, Showtime. You can find me on my Instagram, Chef Showtime.
All right. LP, let the people know what you got going on and where can they find you.
All right, you can find me on social media, mainly on Instagram, best place. One click photography shoot. I'm always doing photo shoots all day long, 24/7, 365. Whatever you want, I can do it. Just hit me up. Talk about it.
All right. And I'm Brian Renegade. You can follow me on all platforms: Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. You can find me on Facebook at Brian Renegade. Holla at your boy. I got a lot of things going on. You might enjoy it. One of these things are this podcast. So follow me and follow the rest of the best damn crew on social media to check us out. If you want to follow more of what the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast has going on, you can follow all of our social media. You can follow us on Instagram at the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. You can follow our Facebook page at Best Damn Wrestling. You can follow our Facebook group at the BD Wrestling Podcast. You can follow our Twitter at the Best Damn Crew, and you can follow our Twitch, the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. And if you want to join the Best Damn Nation, go to our Patreon, www.thebestdamnwrestlingpodcast, to join the Best Damn Nation for $5 for a burger, some fries, and a drink. You can join the Best Damn Nation and support your boys and our growth. This is our 14th episode. Do you believe it? And with your help, you can help the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast grow. We're also in Radio Land for all of our listeners. We're on Pandora, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and amongst others. So join us and type in the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast and support your boys. Fellas, thank you so much for joining us. Let's do something real quick. Final words. Chef, you got some final words for the people? Word of advice?
Don't walk down dark alleys.
That's a good one. You got some word of advice for the people?
Look both ways before you cross the street and pull out before you leave.
All right. And I got one. Never trust a fart. Thank you for joining the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast. We'll see you next week, next Wednesday at 6 o'clock on the Best Damn Wrestling Podcast.